Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis Jackson, and welcome to my presentation on adolescent social health. So, what is social health? Social health refers to the ability to form close relationships with others, experience and regulate emotions, and learn and explore from the social interactions you have with others. This is an important time of development from adolescence to adulthood. Impacts to social health early on in life can cause physical and mental issues. Why should we teach about this in schools? This growth of social development is important for the roles of adulthood. They learn key social skills and interactions that they will need when they become adults, growing through adolescence and reaching adulthood, going into the world, fulfilling the jobs that we all have. Con- Connections and identities are normal parts of a development and something that needs to be normalized. So that way, the identities that either students have don't feel out of place or like they're wrong when their identity is just a part of who they are. And then this can also help to reduce violence among adolescents from familial figures. In a study, 42% of adolescent boys and 37% of adolescent girls were exposed to bullying. Ways to improve social health include making connections, whether that be connections with family or connections with your students, like yourself as an educator, which are important due to the fact that if we make these connections early on, we can help to not alienate anybody and make them feel out of place for not having a connection with anybody, not knowing anybody. Instead, they know the people and the peers in their classroom or in their home, and they can make those better connections. We can build healthy relationships, which can include building a healthy relationship at home with your family or building a healthy relationship with your students as an educator. This is important because of the fact that as educators, we are not just lecturing to our students. We're not just, they are our students, but they are a part of the daily lives that we as educators have. And so if we build those healthy relationships with our students, then we can get to better understand them and make those connections, which will then help us with the next point, which is bonding with your students. This will help in the way that if you know your students and you can relate to them, talk to them, then your students will reciprocate back to you. They will be able to talk to you. They'll feel comfortable with talking to you. I know, I'm sure many of us in our classes have had those teachers who make the connections and make those bonds, and we remember them fondly because of the fact that they took the time to get to know us as students and didn't just see us as another name on their roll sheet. And another thing to improve social health is the parent or guardian's bond with their kids. This focuses more on the at home of social health because social health does focus around the connections that people have. And so in this case, this is a parent or guardian's bond with their kids, which is an extremely important part of social health. So some notes of specific resources. These were two resources that I found that I have also referenced in my references cited because I thought they were wonderful sources that gave a good inclination to what social health is. The first one, How to Boost Your Social Health, was a good article that talked about social interaction and social isolation, why it's important not only to look at our mental and physical health, but also to look at our social health as it relates to everything else. The second one is the Social Wellness Toolkit, which gave 6 good ways to improve social health. They help to explain some of the factors and some of the ways to improve connections, and they do look in more into the family side, like making bonds with your kids, spending like doing activities with your kids and things like that. But I feel like this can be related to teachers because as teachers, we see our students as more than just a student. There's someone in our class that we understand, that we know, that we want to make connections with, so that way we can best help them and succeed into the future. So here are my resources cited. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and have a wonderful day.